Assalamualaikum, Chapter 5, Sequence. Let's look at the introduction. This chapter mainly discusses consequence and the series. There are two sequences which are arithmetic and geometric sequence introduced in this chapter. The important terms in sequence such as the first term, common difference and common ratio will be discussed. So we will start with the first type of sequence, which is arithmetic. Okay, introduction to arithmetic sequence and series. An arithmetic sequence or progression is an arranged successive terms T1, T2, T3, which common differences D. The successive term is obtained by adding a constant known as common difference to the predecessor. If the first term in a geometric sequence is A and the common difference is D, so that the geometric sequence can be written as A as first term, A plus D as second term, A plus 2D as third term, A plus 3D as fourth term, and so on. Okay, common difference. To find common difference, D equal Tn minus Tn minus 1. So term minus the previous term, we can get the common difference. And then to get the general term or nth term, formula is Tn equal A plus n minus 1 multiplied by D, where Tn is the term, A is the first term, n is the number of term, and D is the common difference. The sum of nth term. Okay, sum Sn equal n over 2 multiplied by in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 in bracket multiplied by D. So here we need to know three important formula. Number 1, how to find D, the common difference, term minus the previous term, and then to find Tn, the general term, Tn equal A plus n minus 1 multiplied by D, and the third formula is to find sum of n term, Sn equal n over 2 multiplied 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by D. Okay, T is term, D common difference, A first term, and number of term. Okay, let's look at some example of arithmetic sequence. Let's say we have 3, 7, 11. 3 is the first term, 7 is the second term, 11 is the third term. First term, 3, we can write it down as A equal 3. And then to find common difference D, term minus the previous term. So we can do it as 7 minus 3. 7 minus 3, 4. Or we can also do it 11 minus 7. 11 minus 7 also equal to 4. So 4 is the common difference. Therefore, 3, 7, 11 is an example of arithmetic sequence. Okay. Let's look at another example. This time we have negative 2, 4, 10, and so on. Okay, negative 2 is the first term, 4 second term, 10 third term. So first term, we can name it as A equal -2. And to find common difference, term minus the previous term. So we can do it as 4 minus -2. 4 minus -2 is 6, or 10 minus 4. 10 minus 4 also equal to 6. So -2, 4, 10 is another example of arithmetic sequence. Okay, let's discuss some question from example 1 on page 136, okay, from your book. Example C. Here we have 4, 5.8, 7.6. Okay, we want to determine whether this is arithmetic sequence or not. Okay, the condition for a sequence to be arithmetic sequence, it must have common difference. To find common difference, a term minus with the previous term. So let's try to find D. Number 1, we can try by doing 5 minus 8, 5.8 minus 4. Okay, 5.8 minus 4 is 1.8. And then 7.6 minus 5.8, which also equal to 1.8. Because this sequence have common difference, our conclusion, yes, this is arithmetic sequence. Because D equal 1.8. Okay, they have the same common difference. Let's look at question D. This time we have a sequence 6, 18, 54. Okay, this is a sequence, but now we want to determine whether this sequence is an arithmetic sequence or not. Arithmetic sequence must have common difference. Okay, let's try to find the first D. 18 minus 6. 18 minus 6 equal to 12. Okay, let's try to find the second one. 54 minus 18, which equal to 36. So D1 and D2 give us different answer. So our conclusion is not an arithmetic sequence. Because no common difference. Or D1 does not equal to D2. So for the previous example, if we name the first D as D1 and the second D as D2, we can also make a conclusion because D1 equal D2. Example 2, this time we want to find the nth term for the following arithmetic below. Okay, let's discuss question C. The sequence that we have here is negative 23.5, negative 18.5, negative 13.5, 23.5, negative 8.5. So negative 23.5 is the first term. We can name it as T1 or A. Negative 18.5 is the second term. Negative 13.5 is the third term. Negative 8.5 is the fourth term. Okay, we want to find the nth term. A equal negative 23.5. D equal a term minus with the previous term. So we can either do T2 minus T1 or T3 minus T2 or T4 minus T3. Let's say we take T2 minus T1. So negative 18.5 minus negative 23.5, which equal to 5. So to find Tn equal A plus n minus 1D. Substitute. A is negative 23.5 plus n minus 1 multiplied by D. So multiply by 5. This is the formula to find Tn. Let's say we want to find T10. Okay, because from the sequence we only have T1, T2, T3 and T4. So to find T10, let's use this formula, A plus n minus 1D. So negative 23.5 plus K. The original formula is Tn. Because we want to find T10, n will equal to 10. Okay, 10 minus 1 is 9. You can straight away use your calculator. Negative 23.5 plus 9 multiplied by 5. So the answer for T10 is 21.5. Determine the number of terms for the following arithmetic sequence. Let's discuss question C. The sequence that we have is negative 8.5, negative 3.5, 1.5, 6.5, and 231.5. So we want to determine the number of terms. We know that this is the first term. We can write it down as T1 or A. Second term, third term, fourth term, and then because we don't know the number of term of 231.5, we will name this as Tn. So we want to find n. What is n? So we know that A equal negative 8.5. Next, we can find D. We can do it T2 minus A or T3 minus T2 or T4 minus T3. Okay, you can choose either one. Let's say I choose T2 minus A. So negative 3.5 minus negative 8.5. So we get D equal 5. Okay, the common difference equal 5. And then let's use formula to find term. Tn equal A plus n minus 1d. Tn is 231.5 equal A, which is the first term, negative 8.5 plus n. N is the value that we want to find here, Tn. N minus 1 multiplied by d, 5. Okay, we can transfer negative 8.5 to the other side. It will become positive. So 231.5 plus 8.5, we get 240 equal n minus y multiplied by 5. So n multiplied by 5 is 5n. Negative 1 multiplied by 5 minus 5. And then transfer negative 5 to the other side. 240 plus 5, we get 245 equal 5n. We want to find n, so leave n and then move 5. It become divide. So use your calculator. 245 divided by 5. The answer n equal 49. Let's discuss example 3. We are still in example 3, but question D. Okay, the sequence that we have here is 23, 27, 31, 35, and 87. Okay, we know 23 is the first term, A, 27 second term, 31 third term, 35 fourth term, and 87 is the last term. We can name it as Tn. So we want to find n, the number of term. Okay, we know A equal 23. Next, we want to find D, common difference. Okay, let's say this time I want to take T3 minus T2. So 31 minus 27 equal to 4. Let's use formula Tn equal A plus n minus 1d and substitute all the relevant information. Tn is 87 equal A, the first term, 23, plus n is the value that we want to find, so we can leave it as n minus 1 and then multiply by d. Our d is 4. Okay, move 23 to the other side, it will become minus 87 minus 23 equal to 64. N multiplied by 4, we get 4n. Negative 1 multiplied by 4 is minus 4. Okay, move negative 4 to the other side, it will become plus 64 plus 4, we get 68 equal 4n. Okay, since we want to find n, move 4 to the other side, it will become divide 68 divided by 4. Okay, use your calculator. 68 divided by 4 equal to 17. So we have 17 terms in this sequence. This is first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and then we have many other terms in here. And then the last term, 87, is term number 17 because we get here n equal 17. Okay, let's discuss one more. This time, question from example 4. Example 4, we want to solve the arithmetic sequence below. Question B. An arithmetic sequence has its nth term given by Tn equal negative 7n minus 5. We want to find the common difference for the arithmetic sequence. So first, we want to find D. And second, we want to find the 11th term. So we want to find T11. Okay. To find D, we need to know A. A is the first term. So by using the given formula, Tn equal negative 7n minus 5, first term is when n equal to 1. So T1 equal negative 7, 1 minus 5. Negative 7 minus 5 is negative 12. So this is the first term, T1, or we can also write it down as A. Okay, and then we can find T2 by using the same formula. T2 is when n equal to, substitute, negative 7 multiplied by 2 minus 5. Negative 7 multiplied by 2 is negative 14. Negative 14 minus 5, we get negative 19. So now we have T1 equal negative 12 and T2 equal negative 19. So we can answer the first question, which is to find D. D equal T2 minus T1. So negative 19 minus negative 12. Therefore, we get D equal negative 7. Question number 2. We want to find T11. We can use the given formula, negative 7n minus 5. Because T11 is when n equal to 11. So we can just substitute n as 11. Negative 7 multiplied by 11 is negative 7 minus 5. So we get the answer negative 82. Example 5. Solve the arithmetic sequence below. Okay, let's discuss example 5b. Given the sequence negative 3, 2, 7, 12. Okay, this is an arithmetic sequence. Number 1, we want to find the 7th term. So T7. And number 2, we want to find the sum of the first 12 terms. Sum of the first 12 term is as 12. Okay, as usual, to solve a question related to arithmetic sequence, we must know the value for the first term A and the common difference D. So from the sequence, we can see that the first term A is equal to negative 3. And then we can proceed to find D, the common difference. Either we do it T2 minus T1, T3 minus T2, or T4 minus T3. Okay, either one. We can all get the same answer. Okay, let's say I choose 2 minus negative 3. 2 minus negative 3 is 5. So common difference equal 5. If you choose 7 minus 2, okay, 7 minus 2, we still get the answer 5. Or you can also choose 12 minus 7, which also equal to 5. So the common difference D equal 5. Question number 1. T7. So we can use the formula to find term Tn equal A plus N minus 1D. So we want to find T7. Substitute A negative 3 plus N. Our N now is 7. So 7 minus 1 multiplied by D. D we had find earlier which is 5. So negative 3 plus 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay, straight away use your calculator. Negative 3 plus 6 multiplied by 5. So we get the answer is 27. Moving on to the second question, we want to find sum. Okay, sum S12. S12, we can use the formula of sum Sn equal n over 2 multiplied by 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. Okay, and this time we want to find S12. S12 is the sum of first term until the 12th term. Okay, so S12, I can show you here. S12 is T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus T5 plus T6 plus T7 plus T8 plus T9 plus T10 plus T11 plus 11 plus T12. So the addition from T1 until T12 is S12. Okay, sum of 12 terms. Instead of do it one by one, we can apply this formula. So when we want to find S12, substitute n equal 12. 12 over 2, 2a. Our a is negative 3. Plus n. Our n is 12 minus 1. And then d is 5. 12 divided by 2, 6. 2 multiplied by negative 3 is negative 6. Plus 12 multiplied by 1, 11. 5. Negative 6 plus 11 multiplied by 5 is 55. You can do it one by one, or you can straight away use your calculator. So you will get final answer as 12 equal to 94. Okay, F. Okay, we are still in example 5. This time let's discuss example 5C. Given 7, 3, negative 1, and negative 5 is an arithmetic sequence. Number 1, we want to find the 10th term, so T10. And then number 2, we want to find the sum of the first 20 term, S20. Okay, as usual, for arithmetic sequence, we must know the value of A and D. A is the first term, so A equals 7. D, 3 minus 7, negative 4. Or, you can do it, negative 1 minus 3, which also equal to negative 4. Or, negative 5 minus negative 1, which also equal to negative 4. Okay, choose one. Let's say I choose D equal 3 minus 7, so D equal negative 4. Okay, let's solve the first question. T10. So we use Tn equal A plus n minus 1 D. We want to find T10. Substitute. Our A is 7 and our n is 10. Our D, negative 4. 7 plus 10 minus 1, 9. Multiply by negative 4. Okay, use your calculator. 7 plus 9 multiply by negative 4, and you get negative 29. Question number 2. This time we want to find S20. Let's use this formula. N over 2 to A plus n minus 1 D. Substitute. Since we want to find S20, the sum of 20 terms, our n equal 20. A 7, okay, and 20, and our D negative 4. Let's try to simplify. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 2 multiply 7, 14, plus 20 multiply 1, 19, multiply negative 4. Either you can further simplify the equation, or you can straight away use calculator. Okay, substitute according to the equation. And final answer, we get negative 6 to 0. Let's move on to example 6. Find the common difference and the nth term of the following arithmetic sequence. Okay, I want to discuss example 6b. The arithmetic sequence having 7 and 13 term as negative 43 and 20 respectively. So the given information is T7 equal negative 43 and T13 equal 20. We want to find the common difference, so we want to find D and the nth term. We also want to find Tn. Okay, let's use these two information that we have. Okay, T7 equal negative 43. T7 equal negative 43. Formula to find T7. Tn equal A plus n minus 1 D. So T7 negative 43 equal A plus 7 minus 1 D. Negative 43 equal A plus 6 D. Okay, and then T13 equal 20. Okay, this is the second information that we have. Let's use the same formula, this formula. So we get 20 equal A plus 13 minus 1 D. So 20 equal A plus 12 D. Okay, now we have two equations. Negative 43 equal A plus 6D and 20 equal A plus 12D. Here we can use simultaneous equation. Either we use substitution or elimination method. I want to use elimination method. So I took question number 2, 20 equal A plus 12D, and then took the first question, negative 43 equal A plus 6D. Minus negative 43, we get 63. A minus A, 0. 12D minus 6D, we get 6D. To find D equals 633 divided by 6. So D equal 10.5 or 21/2. Since we know the value for D, we can find A. Okay, 20 equal A plus 12 multiplied by D. Either you substitute 10.5 or 21/2. So let's say I substitute 10.5. So A equal 20 minus 12 multiplied by 10.5 is 126. So 20 minus 126, negative 106. Okay, we know the value for D, we know the value for A, we can get Tn. Tn equal A plus n minus 1D. So A negative 106 plus n minus 1 and D is 21/2. Okay, this is the answer for Tn, or if you further simplify the equation, you can get Tn equal 21/2n minus 233/2. We want to solve the sequence arithmetic below. Okay, I want to discuss example 7b. The sum of the first 16 terms and the sum of the first 20 terms of an arithmetic sequence are 256 and 580 respectively. Find the 15th term of this sequence. Okay, the first information that we have is S16. Okay, the sum of the first 16 terms equal to 56. The second information that we have is S20. Okay, the sum of the first 20 terms equal 580. We want to find the 15th term, so we want to find T15. Okay, let's use the first information. S16 equal to 56. Formula of sum. Sn equal n over 2 to A plus n minus 1D. Okay, S16 to 56. So n equal to 16. Okay, when n equal to 16, 2, 5, 6 equal 16/2 to A plus 16 minus 1D. Simplify. 256 equal 16 divided by 2 is 8. 2a plus 16 minus 1, 15d. Expand 8 multiplied by 2, 16a plus 8 multiplied by 15. We get 120d. Okay, and then let's use the second information as 20 equal 580. This is when n equal 20. When n equal 20, 580 equal 20 over 2 to a plus 20 minus 1d. Simplify. 20 divided by 2, 10. 20 minus 1, 19d. 580 equal 10 multiplied by 2a, we get 20a. 10 divided by 19d, we get 109d. So this is the first equation and this is the second equation. Okay. This time I want to use substitution method. Okay, from 1. 256 equals 16a plus 120d. So a equal 256 minus 120d over 16. Okay, then we can substitute into the second equation. Okay, substitute into equation 2. 580 equal 20. Okay, instead of a, substitute a by 256 minus 120d over 16 plus 190d. Okay, let's simplify. So 580 minus 5120 over 16, we get 260. And then negative 2400 over 16 plus 190, we get 40. To find d equal 260 over 40. So d equal 6.5, or we can write it down in fraction, which is 13 over 2. Okay, here we get d. When we have d, we can find a. Okay, either substitute d into equation 1 or substitute d into equation 2. Okay, 256 equal 16a equation 1. Okay, 256 256 equal 16a plus 120d. 16a plus 120d. And we know that d is 6.5, or in fraction 13/2. So move this value to the other side, it will become minus 256 minus 120 multiplied by 13/2. We get negative 5 to 4. To find A, negative 5 to 4 divided by 16. And we get A equal negative 131/4. Okay. Now that we have the value for D and we have the value for A, we can solve the question. We want to find the 15th term. D15 equal, our A is negative 131/4 plus our N is 15 and our D is 13/2. Fifteen minus 1, 14. Okay, you can straight away use your calculator. Negative 131/4 plus 14 multiplied by 13/2. So the answer is 233/4.